Ho, Kazaa, everybody, welcome to the 35th episode of C.A.M.P.S. Jesus Christ. We're only 5 away before we can take a break for a little while. But before we reach that 5 more episodes away, please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Plus, click the bell notification because it puts the wind in my sails that lets me set sail across the YouTube ocean. I love that metaphor. Thank you to someone who actually helped me create that metaphor. But we have some camps to go and look at. So let us go on an adventure and get those bloody camps and go check them out. And we're starting off with someone who has actually asked me to come and check out their camps. This is Ex-Lunch Ladies Camp. Yeah, funky name. I do love the name as well. I've finally gotten around to coming to checking out your camp, dear. So, first things first, I have no idea what's going on with this. However, I do like the fact that it is built around a pre-existing location. I always love pre-existing locations and seeing what people can do with them. Also, for the people who are wondering, this building right here, which is next to the Nuka-Cola factory, has one of the rare wedding rings in it. So if you've ever been wondering where you can go to pick one of them up, this is where you can come to pick one up, because it's also got a little Easter egg in it, which is a cockroach wearing a bowler hat with a cane. But apart from that, the camp itself is actually quite nice. Now, the design, because it's funky, I gave it a 7. It was going to be a 6, and it was going to be a very low 6. But I went through it twice. I watched this entire thing twice. This is my 3rd time going through it. And I noticed that there were some nice things here and there, like your little cabinets that you've got going on, some of the decorations in your house. The bench wrench, as I've now come to call it, I like that a lot. So your design is a 7. However, the rest of it, the layout and everything, is an 8. Because it's very tricky to actually take a pre-existing location and build around it and try and have some sort of theme or like an idea, because it's kind of hard to build around pre-existing locations, ladies and gentlemen. However, it is very well done. Now, I have written down some of the stuff that I did like about this camp. So, the fact that it is pre-existing, it's built around a pre-existing location, I like that. It's got a weird fortified kind of, camp build to it. It feels like some people in the game have just found this place and decided to fortify it a little bit. It's quite nice. I did like that. There was this weird room right next to it. So there's the weird kill picture, and I don't know what's going on in that shower right there. There's the little guy, by the way. There's the wedding ring that you can pick up. The weird room is the one next to it, which is just pictures with the alien in it. Kind of freaked me out. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I did kind of like this as well. It was weird, but it was funky weird. So it was a good weird. I also dig the Slocum Joe's sign on the top. Not a lot of people use the signs, which is kind of weird. So it was nice to see that sign going on. And of course, you actually have some open water purifiers, which is always a good book point on my side. So you've got an extra 1 on that. Which, if I was to actually, an 8, and you've got a 7 on design and 8 on a layout, which technically would get you a 7. It's normally the lowest number first. If it's like a 9 and a 7, you get an 8. It's, yeah, whatever. By the way, I love your little chemistry room right here. Very nice. I would suggest, though, putting a chair with the desk and maybe a little bit else to decorate it up a bit. There was some barren spots that I will say, which was... it's understandable, okay? Barren spots always happen. Plus, getting stuck there, which was pretty funny. But overall, it's a well thought out, well built camp. Also, it's kind of funky, which I kind of like. So you've got a thumbs up from me. Thank you very much, Excellent Slider. It was very nice coming along. However, we must now move on to what I like to call Unknowns Camp, because I was too much of an idiot to remember that I'm supposed to start off walking around a camp by zooming in on the map so I can remember the name. Yeah, I'm an idiot. However, Unknowns Camp is what we on the channel call a barn build. It is a barn build, okay? It kind of feels a little bit like a churchy kind of build as well when you go inside later on. Okay, first things first though, that fence. What the hell happened with that fence? Do you know how easy it is? And I'm not trying to be like, do you know how it's so easy a dead monkey with no eyes could do it? Nothing like that. It is quite easy to place down fences. On uneven ground, not as easy, I do understand, but you could have done a little bit better with it. I love the roof, by the way. This pointed white picketing that goes, I can't remember is it a truss? No, it's not a truss. I can't remember. The thing that goes across the top of a roof. Very nice seeing that. with this white outline, even though the roof is, you know, proper square itself. It's nice to see that little bit of extra detail put into it. I will say this. You've got too many lights. You have way too many lights. Like, you're using the track lights, the what I like to call pool lights, because you kind of see them in pool holes. You're using far too many of them. I do like the fact that you've used a little stage lights on the side. That was quite nice, but once again, not really needed with the amount of light that you can get from the actual big track lights. Would have been far enough. But I will say this: if you did want to hide the lights in the walls, remember putting the wallpaper on a wall, then putting the light over the wall hides it in the wall. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I showed it on one of my videos, but yeah, I'm getting off track. So, the funny Santa in the roof, that made me giggle. That's on my nice stuff right here. You have an interesting roof design, I do like. Plus, you have something that me and DTD like, which is a crafting corridor. So it was nice to see that as well. Overall, your design, which is the building, is an 8. Your layout is also an 8, but it's a very low 8 because you do have too many chairs, I've noticed. This is what made me think it's kind of like a churchy kind of build. Too many chairs. But apart from that, it was all nice. I did like it. And it gets a thumbs up from me. Just maybe change the chairs. I don't know. However, the next one is probably the most interesting one, and it has the best name ever. Perry's Camp. It's just Perry. Do you know how hard it is to just have a name Perry? You know, because people just soaked up all those names when PSN went live and stuff. Like Bob, yeah. But anyway, this camp is a cliff-hanging camp, which, okay, it's a little bit funky. I'm not a big fan of camps that just hang out there in the middle of nowhere. Floating stuff or just hanging stuff kind of peeves me off a little bit, because it's an interesting design, but if you wanted to make it fit more into the world, there are little things that you could do. However, it's a fucking awesome camp. I did like it. To the point where I've actually adjusted your score right now. I was originally going to give you a very shady 6. However, I'm going to give you a low 7, which means watch yourself. Because, okay, I liked it. It was laid out in a way that was nice. Your design is a 6 because it's a hanging camp. And your layout is a 7. You layered your rooms very nicely, I will say this. So your rooms were quite nice. They were decorated appropriately, and I can see that you actually put quite a bit of thought into this. You also have a fucking awesome view of the White Springs and the surrounding area. Well done, good place to pick. I probably would have maybe built a little less. You have 3 stories, I do believe. Technically 4 if you count the entrance as well. Some of them were barren. Okay, this room is obviously your office or something. It's a bit barren. You could have made it a bit smaller to save on room, because you do get this wasted space problem that goes on. And it does happen in some other areas. But apart from that, it's very nice. I did like the welcome sign that you had. How you incorporated the neon with the Mothman. That was quite nice as well. Your wall patterns, that's something. I'm just checking my notes. Your wall pattern going from in this room, you know, going from the wood to the red to the wood to the red, very nice. And down here, going from the wood to the yellow and the wood to the yellow. I did like the fact that you've done this checkered pattern, and the fact that you kept the corner walls the same. Some people would do wood, red, wood, and then on the next corner, if it was a 3x3, would do the next colour. You wouldn't really do that if it was a checkered thing. You'd end and start with the same colour. So it was quite nice to see that as well. Like I said, it's a little bit barren in some places that could easily be fixed on, and I did like the fact that down here you obviously have, is it down here or is it in your next one? I think it's either down here or if it's your next one. You have your power armor deployment area. Very nice. Yeah, it's down the next one, your power armor deployment area. It's basically, you know, a place that you can jump out in power armor and have a bit of fun and do a superhero landing. Very nice. But apart from that, all I can really say is go back through and either shorten the build, so lose a floor and incorporate some of the aspects of the other one, so some of the designs and the patterns and the decorations, incorporate them on another floor, or simply add more to some of the floors that you've got. That would be my advice. Sometimes less rooms is better because it allows you to decorate easier and not have to stretch yourself thin. So overall, you got a 7, a very low 7. So it's a thumbs up, but it's a shaky thumbs up. So just maybe take a little bit of the advice and apply it to it. But those were some lovely camps. I think overall my favourite one was Ex-Lunch Ladies because it was built around pre, and I do love pre-existing build camps. They are very nice. But apart from that, all the camps are actually awesome. So, thank you very much for letting me come and check out your camps. If you want me to check out your camps, simply put your PSN in the comments down below, and I will do my best to come by. I have a extensive list of camps that I have to go check out. But thanks for that, ladies and gentlemen, and until the next time, stay awesome.